Catherine Trammell will be at it again. Joe Esterhaus, 80, who wrote the 1992 erotic thriller Basic Instinct, is now writing a reboot to the iconic, controversial movie that is expected to be anti-woke. After signing a deal with Amazon MGM, according to the Wrap, it means that dialogue-wise she will be open about her sexuality. Character-wise she will be raunchy at times, funny, iconoclastic, and all of those things, Esterhaus told the outlet. Asked about the reboot, Esterhaus told Fox News Digital that he thinks political correctness in film has stripped away the way people really talk. I think that the language has been, for political reasons, the truth has been gutted in some ways, he explained. And yes, I hope that this basic renewal will be as successful language-wise as the first one was. Esterhaus said that he gets standing ovations and people cheer during revival showings of Basic Instinct after certain iconic lines, like Michael Douglas' character wanting to F like minks, raise rugrats, and live happily ever after, and him referring to Trammell as the F of the century. He said some people in the industry are beginning to speak out about political correctness in the industry, and I hope that goes into the filmmaking as well. DEI, it may be a noble concept, but it doesn't work in drama and in film. Esterhaus is also hopeful that Sharon Stone will return to the role that made her a star. Catherine Trammell will be an important character. She will not be the dominant character, but she will have a terrific role. And I have great hope that she can turn it into the same iconic performance. And I think that's what it was that she did in the original, he told Fox News Digital. He added, she was a terrific actress, and she wanted to get the part. Thankfully, she did. And that's one of the reasons the movie was such a hit. Esterhaus hasn't talked to Stone about the reboot, and the 67-year-old actress doesn't sound like she's interested. If it goes the way the one I was in went, I would just say, I don't know why you do it. I mean, go ahead, but good luck, Stone told the Today Show this week of the reboot. The Total Recall star reprised her role as Trammell in 2006 for Basic Instinct 2, which was a box office flop and widely panned. Despite the fact that Basic Instinct was her breakout film, Stone told the Daily Mail that the film's success brought her fame but not respect, and that she lost roles because casting directors couldn't see past Catherine Trammell. They said I was just like the character, like somehow they found someone who was just like that, and she slipped into the clothes and it was magically recorded on film, she said, adding. Then, as it played everywhere on the globe for the next 20 years, people started to go, do you think this really has anything to do with the fact that we thought we saw her skirt? I think maybe it's actually a pretty good performance. Well, I think that the language has been in a period where it's been devoid of real meaning and in some ways stripped of the way people really talk. Joe Esterhaus on political correctness in film. She continued, so it went from me being nominated for a Golden Globe and people laughing when they called my name in the room to people giving me standing ovations and making me the Woman of the Year. People came to recognize. She's not going away, the film's not going away, the impact of the film is not going away. But she said she couldn't book any more parts because of the film. And then I got nothing. I never got any more parts. Why? I really wish you could tell me, she said. Sometimes I think it was because I was too good. She did do The Quick and the Dead in 1995 and Casino in the same year, for which she was nominated for an Oscar. She said Francis Ford Coppola came up to her before the Academy Awards and told her she wasn't going to win. He said, I need to tell you something. You're not going to win the Oscar. I went, why? And he went, I didn't win it for The Godfather and Martin Scorsese. Didn't win it for Raging Bull. And you're not going to win it for Casino. She said, he added, you will lose with Marty and you will lose with me, but you will always be in our losers circle. So that is what I have carried through my life. That I am a big fat loser like Marty and Francis Ford Coppola. The actress believes Basic Instinct even made her lose temporary custody of her son when she and her ex Phil Bronstein divorced in 2000. They had my 8-year-old on the stand at one point, asking him if they knew his mother did sex movies, claiming she was perceived as nothing but a soft pornography actor. I think very beautiful, smart people are perceived in very specific ways, she added. Because I'm a woman who is beautiful, it's easier to have me not be emotionally intelligent. Esterhaus agrees that critics have reversed the way they think about Basic Instinct, since it came out 33 years ago, with some calling it a post-feminist classic. And that it gave women the right to be whatever they wanted to be, not just on a commercial business level but also on a sexual one, he told Fox News Digital. You know, the days when I grew up in the 60s, a woman who was sexually active would immediately be tagged as a slut, a hooker, a nymphomaniac, if you remember that preposterous word, and a guy who did the same thing was a stud and cool and all of that. Well, that, of course, is insanity, and women have the same rights that men do. After writing Basic Instinct, Esterhaus said he left California's beaches for Cleveland, Ohio. I'm very happy to be living in Cleveland and not in Malibu. Naomi, Baca, and I raised 4 boys in Cleveland, he said. Maybe more people should come and live in Cleveland and some of that rub off, he added, going back to political correctness. You have to understand, I grew up here as an immigrant kid, and there have been some nice things said about my life in Time magazine, I think, or people, one of them very flatteringly said once, if Shakespeare were alive today, would his name be Joe Esterhaus? Well, that was bulls. But the guy who ran a bar next to where I grew up on the west side was once asked about me, and he said, well, Joey is just a refugee kid from the west side, trying to make his way in the world. Perfect. He also joked that if anyone has an issue with an 80-year-old writing a sexual thriller, he tells them, well, I have a co-writer, and my co-writer is a twisted little man. And that twisted little man listens to the characters. And then he was born 29, he will die 29, and he promises that this will make everyone a truly orgasmic ride. When asked how he would top the famous interrogation scene from the first film, Esterhaus told Fox News Digital, you'll have to see the movie. Go back and see it 5 or 6 times, and then we'll have a discussion.